Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Clinic of Natural Health and Wellness. Please have a seat. Hi, my name is Natasha Ramsaran. I am a live blood practitioner and I will be doing a live and a dry blood analysis for my client, Miss Pam Ibrahim. Live blood analysis is taking a small sample of blood from your finger. It's called capillary blood, and we'll be analyzing it under the microscope, viewing it on the screen. By observing living blood, it gives us a visual and dynamic perspective on our health status. Okay, live blood analysis is really a window into our inner world. So I'm going to take a small sample at this point. Isn't too bad.
No.
So really what we are looking for is imbalances, deficiencies, early warning signs of diseases, functional stress on the organs, parasites, candida, and many more indications in your blood. Okay? What we're seeing here is a rouleau condition, which means a very high level of acid in your blood. And what makes your blood acid is the things that you eat and drink, how you handle mental and emotional stress, insufficient rest, exercise, and lack of water. With your cells clumping and chaining together, it means that the oxygen in your blood is very low. So, of course, mental energy, stamina, vitality, circulation will be affected, things like that. Your blood is really supposed to be looking like this. See normal blood?
Yes.
Right, free-flowing, individually separated cells. Remember, blood carries nutrition and oxygen throughout your system. But if it's clogged and chained like this, it cannot do what it's supposed to do. Okay? So, looking at the blood here, I'm also seeing a lot of oval-shaped cells. And as we go along, these oval-shaped cells are really hormonal imbalances and B vitamin deficiencies. Remember, B vitamins are for stress, neurological function, memory, energy, immune system, good replication of red blood cells. So you actually need to increase in the Bs. But however, you need to cleanse and detoxify the body. Your system is very toxic. And what I believe in is not just colon cleansing, but 7-channel cleansing. Lungs, liver, lymphatic system, kidney, blood, skin, and colon. So I think you really need to cleanse before I build you. Right? Your body will be able to absorb nutrients better. So have you ever had problems with hormonal imbalances before?
Yes, presently I'm having a lot of imbalances of the hormones.
Okay, so we're going to look at this. Another thing is, what I noticed with you is that some of your cells are not rounded. Some of them are jagged. So you do have a lot of nutritional deficiencies, good fats, amino acids being low, even smaller cells, which we call microcytes, and you have loss of calcium, too much loss of calcium. Calcium loss indicate to me here that your system is very acid. Once your system is very acid, it has to find balance. So it goes for the reserves of calcium from your bones to buffer, to neutralize the acid. And in turn, joint pains occur, cramping occur, your pressure could go up and down, it could start fluctuating. So, it's the body's mechanism to buffer, to neutralize the acid in your blood.
So does stress cause deterrence in your blood cells as well? I mean, you feel the stress on the outer, but you don't know what's going on in it.
Exactly, definitely. It's called psychoneuroimmunology, how emotions affect your health. Stress releases a lot of acid in your body. When you're happy and relaxed, it releases alkalizing salts, which really optimizes your health. So you cannot disconnect emotional from the physical. It manifests itself as physical symptoms. So that's a very good question, because a lot of people neglect that actually stress, being a big problem. Actually, it causes a lot of problems in the blood. Eventually, emotions are stored in your cells, and one day it lashes out as diseases, even diabetes, hypertension, asthma, cancer. I don't know if you know this, but anger and unforgiveness affects your liver. Your kidneys are affected by fear, grief, your lungs. Worry affects your digestive system. So So it's really something to look at. Now, as we go through, we're seeing the cells clumping up together like that. It's some erythrocyte aggregation where the red blood cells clump together. And this can cause cardiovascular problems later on. Clots in the blood, things like that. We really don't want to see things like this. But what I'm going to do is alkalize your blood. My first step is cleansing, detoxifying the body, and also regulating and balancing your digestive system as well. We're alkalizing the blood as well. Okay, so we are also seeing a mass in your blood. This is called protoplast. It is a toxic gelatinous mass that forms in your blood when waste is getting in your blood but it's not getting out, and it's causing masses. This is made up of like proteins, cholesterol, toxins, waste in your system that, it's actually locked into your blood. It can't come out because the system is so acid, plus you're not exercising or drinking enough water. Your lymphatic system is very sluggish. So these things will accumulate in your blood, right, and find house in your blood. It will live there. It will cause cramping and cardiovascular problems as well. We're also seeing some proteins and fats as we move along. Now, what I notice with you is that you have some nipples on your cells. I keep bouncing them up, little nipples on your cells, which means that you have low enzyme activity. And also a lot of proteins and fats accumulating in your blood. So what I need you to do is to look at your dietary habits. A lot of times we look at what we eat, but not how and when. So we need to chew our food properly. 1, do not drink and eat together. Drink half an hour before you eat or hour after you eat. Do not combine animal protein with starches like chicken and rice, bread and fish, poultry and duck, provision and saltfish. Tradition taught us to eat like that, but we're really not supposed to. Right? Meat only goes with vegetables, peas and salad. Provisions, not with saltfish. Provision with peas, callaloo, salad, vegetables. Why? Because it takes a series of digestive acids to break down your protein and a series of alkaline to break down your starches. And once you combine it in a meal, it neutralizes the stomach acid and you cannot digest your food well. So you end up with gas, bloating, acid reflux. Have you noticed these symptoms?
I've been having a lot of gas pains lately.
Okay, so we need to look at all of that. And it's really because of poor dietary habits. And, you really need to eat on time. Because when I went through your confidential health information here, and, I've been looking through and seeing signs of even drinking water. You need to drink water as well. Water is so important, even flush toxins out of your system. And you do have a little bit of kidney stress. So you want to take some stress off your kidneys. You want to drink enough water. What I also noticed is some fibrinogen as we was moving through the blood, which is liver stress and liver congestion.
What causes liver stress?
Yes, what causes liver stress? Well, 1, if you have a lot of emotional stress. 1, 2, even painkillers, certain medication. 3, if your bowels are toxic, if you're constipated, you're not having proper bowel movements. Remember, you need at least 2 to 3 movements for 3 meals, right? So you need more fiber, water, and exercise to stimulate peristalsis, the muscular contraction needed for good bowel movements. And also, if your digestion is compromised, the liver take the licks from the digestive system. Okay? Now, we also see a little bit of, I was talking about the fibrinogen earlier. We saw fibrinogen. It's a protein that isn't supposed to be in your blood. If that builds too much in your blood, it causes cardiovascular problems like heart attacks and strokes. It can also cause the formation of clots, so we don't want that. So we have to make changes. Now, another thing I'm looking at is your immune system. Yes, it's moving, but your immune system could do with some boosting. It's not as active as I would like to see it. And I could see little bits of candida all around there. Now, candida suppresses the immune system. Candida is a fungus. Everybody has some of it in the gut. But when something happened to destroy the good bacteria, it migrates into your blood and can cause things like gas and bloating, digestive issues, headaches, yeast infections, cancer, itching on your skin, sinus problems. Candida goes closely with cancer right now. It goes hand in hand. So it's something we want to make sure we don't have in our system. What causes candida? What causes candida is sugars, even antibiotics. Stress releases cortisol, which elevates the blood sugar. feeds the candida, suppress your immune system, and even through sexual intercourse. It can also pass from one partner to the next. So, as I always tell people, they have to protect themselves with, necessary protection. Another thing I would look at is bread. Bread have a lot of yeast in it. And if you bathe in a pool a lot, or swim in a pool a lot, or even drink tap water, there's chlorine. Chlorine also causes problems with candida.
Okay.
It kills the good bacteria, causes candida to grow and multiply and strive. Do you feel tired a lot?
Very. And I'm often breathless as well.
Okay, that's because of the lack of oxygen. What I noticed with you as well, you breathe badly. You breathe more in the chest area. I would like you to breathe more in the diaphragmatic area. What you can do another day, you can come in. What I do is something called breath control techniques that will also enhance your lung capacity and help you to breathe. I'll teach you to do things like diaphragmatic breathing, right? And I will help you to optimize your breathing because your breathing capacity is not where it's supposed to be, right? So you breathe very shallow.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, I would like to move on to the dry blood now. The dry blood is also called oxidative stress. So it's all oxidative stress test, that is. So Mrs. Abraham, what I'm really supposed to be seeing here is red background and also black lines running nicely knitted throughout. But if you notice something, I'm seeing a lot of open spaces, which means that you do have a hormonal imbalance. Okay, I saw that clearly, as well as all this white stuff you're seeing here is oxidative stress, free radical activity. This is what speeds up aging and degeneration internally as well. So we really don't want to see this because this will give rise to things like diabetes, hypertension, degenerative conditions, even aging. I mean, you look well, but just generally it can speed up aging, things like that, right? Now, just 1 second. So what I'm also seeing here, what I did not see in your living blood is parasites, worms running in your blood. But I'm seeing little balloon bulges where I know for sure that worms are burrowing in and out of your blood. Worms are supposed to be in your gut, not in your blood. And you can get parasites getting into your system through meats, walking barefooted, gardening. I know you do some gardening.
Yes.
Also through intercourse. Also, you can also get it from fruits and vegetables if it's not washed properly with a good food grade wash, even hydrogen peroxide 3% in water or vinegar and water, things like that. So you want to look at that because they feed on your cells, they steal your nutrition, they excrete waste that is very acid. Okay? Now it's 8 layers I'm going to be viewing. Now if you notice here, it's a little darker than here. You notice?
Yes.
Okay, that's a toxic bowel. I mean, it isn't totally bad, but however, your bowel movements could increase. I don't know what it is right now because I wouldn't give your personal information out. But at the end of the day, there's some toxic bowel, which means you need to look at peristalsis, the muscular contraction needed for good bowel movements. So water, exercise, even you have to look at stress. Stress, as I told you before, affects your health in a very negative way. What I'm seeing is some tiny polymerized protein puddles, which means that you have any problems with allergies?
Dust,
Okay.
smoke,
Okay, so
stuff like that, yes.
right, and not only that, lack of sleep can also be another problem. Do you go to bed late?
Very late.
I think I saw that here. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of problems with your digestion. One of your biggest problems and your weakness is digestion. So we really want to regulate your digestion. Probably give you some enzymes and probiotics as well to deal with this. You're also losing a lot of calcium, I'm seeing here too. Again, we're seeing a little bit of calcium spokes. And again, it goes back to the acidity of your body. Acid releases a lot of problems in your system. Remember, cancer thrives in an acid environment. Even diseases, all of these things. You're preparing your right environment for these things to happen. It's like a fish in dirty water. What will happen to the fish? It will die. But if you clean the terrain, the environment, in which the fish lives, it could revive, right? It could live. So in the same way, if I cleanse and detoxify your body, changes could be made. Imbalances could change, efficiencies could, change, things like that. So I'm not really worried. I mean, I have seen a lot worse than you. And you also have a lot of low enzymes, which earlier, when I saw the low enzymes, I was thinking of pancreatic stress as well. Because once your enzymes are low, it put a lot of licks on your pancreas. And you don't want to end up with blood sugar imbalances, diabetes, that is. Okay? Now I'm on the last one here. What I'm seeing also is stress in the pelvic region, right? Things like, you will consider cysts, fibroids, polycystic ovaries, all of this. What you can do is an ultrasound, pelvic ultrasound, to see if these things exist. Okay, I'll write up something for you here and I'll be emailing or sending out for you your booklet that you are going to follow. It has guidelines. I wrote that book. It's a guideline book that you actually follow, and your diet, your lifestyle, everything is in there. Okay. The importance of doing a live blood analysis is that it's early detection of any conditions that may be present in your system or may be coming. Right? Conventional testing is good. They stain the blood with chemicals, but however, they may not pick up things as fast as we would. These are early warning signs. Okay? And what we do, we don't treat symptoms. We get down to the root cause of the problem. Yes, we'll be putting you on a holistic program, body, mind, and spirit, where you cleanse, detoxify the body. We give you supplementation. We target certain things. Right? It's actually something that I urge people to do. The reason being is that, we catch things quickly.